So I'll prefer not to talk further about the contract of SAPS because I don't want to compromise the investigations or even incriminate myself.
Gave the committee this evidence which is incriminating you and therefore are using it to charge you. So let's say on Medicare, they can't say you are not charged with Medicare.
So was that the same arrangement that would have applied to the Medicare 24 Tshwane District tender award?
Yes.
You applied?
Yes.
And you applied in your own name?
Yes.
This entity?
Yes.
Was that a, now they had a holding company, isn't it?
Yes.
On Vacant Venter?
Yes.
And the Tshwane District entity, was that your own?
Yes, and yes.
Is that like a franchise?
Yes.
And did you pay for it or did they give it to you?
No, they didn't give it to me. I pay every contract that I secure, and then that's how I pay. There's the percentage that you pay for each and every contract.
How much did you pay?
I think for the last contract, the thing is regarding this SAPS contract, I do not want to get deeper into that thing because there's an ongoing investigation about that. So I'll prefer not to talk further about the contract of SAPS because I don't want to compromise the investigations or even incriminate myself.
But can you confirm that you paid them for your franchise?
Yes, I can confirm that.
And when you,
it's in the bank statements as well, which the police have.
So, and so, when you bid for the Tshwane 24 contract, the SAPS contract, you did so on your own, through your own company?
Yes, through my own company, Mr. Aranse. But like I said, I do not want to go deep into this Medicare 24 SAPS contract thing.
But the services that would be rendered, those services would in fact be rendered by Van Wyk and Venter, the holding company, isn't it? The administrative side of it.
Yes, that's correct.
And that would have, was that indicated in the tender bid document?
Is there? Yes.
Or was it left unstated?
No, I've supplied the franchise documents.
So in the bid document, which we'll look at a bit in a bit more detail later, would it have been indicated that some of these services would in fact be rendered also by the holding company?
I would love to help about that, but like I said, I think we're going now into deep inside the contract of SAPS, which I said earlier that I do not want to speak about that now as this is an ongoing investigation. So can you please just respect that? I do not want to incriminate myself or compromise the investigation.
Okay, let's perhaps just excuse me. Perhaps let's go to the health risk services contract. Which
what?
The health risk services tender contract. Can we just go there? Do you deal with it from paragraph 16 of the draft statement? Of the statement on page 5. Do you see it there?
Yes, I see it.
Yeah. So,
may I please take Honorable Sangwan?
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Apologies, SC. No, I'm being disturbed by Mr. Matlala's response to not wanting to answer questions after he had taken the oath, which was based on you having read to him, Chairperson, the immunities that are there for him in line with the Powers and Privileges Act, specifically 16.2, which says a person who is being examined under oath or affirmation in terms of Section 15 may be required to answer any question put to him in connection with the subject of the inquiry, produce any document that he or she is requested to produce under the section, despite the fact that the answer or the document would incriminate him or would tend to expose him or her to criminal and civil proceedings. Now, it was said when we started that we are not in a court of law. We do operate under the legislation, specifically this, the Powers and Privileges Act of Parliament. And I think we're going to have to get resolution on that matter, Chair, because we can't have a witness that appears, has taken an oath and then says, I can't answer because I may incriminate myself. I think we need direction on that matter. Thanks, Chair.
Honorable Skosan.
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to find out, it's a follow-up. I heard that somebody was paid, Mr. Matlala, I'm not sure, through you, Chair. Who was paid?
Are you referring to the Medicare contract?
Yes.
That was management fee that I was talking about.
Who was paid?
The holding company.
You paid the holding company?
The management fee, yes.
Yeah, because I'm through you, Chair, I'm not sure whether that management fee was part and parcel of the contract itself, the money which you paid to the...
Between myself and the holding company, yes.
Or it was your contract between you two?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Not the police?
No.
Thank you.
Okay. Honorable Sangwen is right that when we administered oath here, we read to you the relevant section in the rules that the evidence that you depose here under oath is part of the immunities that you enjoy here, cannot be used against you anywhere outside these proceedings.
Okay, can I answer to that?
You are welcome to say anything.
They cannot be used against me by who? Because if you say they cannot use it against me by the committee, that I understand. But if someone is investigating me and there's something that I'm saying now which can incriminate me, obviously they will use it against me.
Yeah, what we have read from you here comes from what we call a national legislation, which is about the powers, privileges and immunities of Parliament and provincial legislatures. The Act is an Act of 2004. So any person who has been invited to appear before Parliament or a committee of Parliament takes an oath, and the privileges or immunities that go with you having taken an oath under that legislation is that any information or evidence that you depose before a committee or a House of Parliament can never be used anywhere outside that committee or House of Parliament. So it means there is nobody who can come to you and say, this is the evidence that you deposed before a committee or a House of Parliament. It can't be used. It's only Parliament that has that exclusive right to use that evidence, because you shall have taken oath through us.
Okay, But-
e kwagala botse.
Ya kwagala mara ha ke nkwishishi. My concern is, firstly, I heard you saying when you were speaking about the immunities, you were speaking about there's some other exceptions which you mentioned, and also whoever who might be investigating me might come later and say that I had this from my source, not from the committee, and then use that against me.
Your hand is up, Honorable Maliam.
No, Mr. Matlala, it simply means that whatever you share in this committee will never be taken from this committee and say on the basis of this, we are charging you because you gave the committee this evidence which is incriminating you and therefore are using it to charge you. So let's say on Medicare, they can't say, you are not charged with Medicare. They can't say what you said here about Medicare is now being used as evidence to charge you on the basis of you saying it here. But if they come and say a source gave us this, obvious, in a criminal case, they will have to reveal who is this source and what is the credibility of the source and where did the source this evidence that is being used against you. And if it comes back to Parliament, it will not stand the test of time in a court of law because you produced it here in Parliament.
Bolela Mkhonto.
Yeah, yes, I hear him very well, but also I heard you mentioning some exceptions with these immunities, but I didn't get those exceptions. That
It's a charge of perjury.
yes, perjury, yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Or a charge relating to evidence or documents required in these proceedings. So, if only any information or any evidence that is required by these proceedings, we mean now you and us as we continue with the hearing. So I want any other case or any other charge that is contemplated here outside of the proceedings that we have with you.
Okay.
Ke nyaka gore o re ko go kwela lekganyana.
Go kwa go kwele,
Wa e kwešiša?
partly.
Okay. Which is the part that you do not understand?
I'm more concerned about the investigators because they're not going to come here and as much as they can say that we heard it from a source and then they will never even reveal who is their source and which is, they even have the right to protect their own source. So some of the things, they might be technical. So I cannot guarantee myself that 100% they won't use it against me, but I take it that the committee cannot use it against me. But outside of this committee, whoever wants to investigate me, and then I'm making things easy for him by me, maybe there was something that they wanted to use it against me, then I'm giving it to them on a silver platter.
So the law you understand is just that you have fears.
I wouldn't say fears. I'll say concerns.
Yeah. That even when the law protects you, it may be to a particular extent which may be limited.
What I'm saying, there might be a way to manipulate that same law that is protecting me. Or else I wouldn't be here today if that law is protecting me.
Yeah.
I'm in chains today because of the law that is protecting me.
Yeah. What we are reading to you is the law that governs these proceedings. That if you have those concerns, or in the event your concerns come to a reality, you can still contact Parliament and say, this is what you committed, that it will not come back to me, and why am I now being harassed?
I think if we can do that with my legal team and then have it in writing, then I'm okay.
Let's say it's a matter which during break,
Yes.
the legal team and our team can deal with.
Then I'll be comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, we cannot oppress you from raising any matter that you feel you want to raise, but at the end of the day, there must be a common understanding.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Is that sufficient?
Chair, no, not quite. I would have expected and the committee to raise this issue, and they now have. And just to I would have expected and the committee to raise this issue, and they now have. And just to Parliamentary committee enjoys immunity from prosecution. You are privileged in the sense that whatever you say cannot be used against you by any outside third party, unless, which is a constitutional issue, unless, of course, you lie, or you've committed a fraud, or you've told untruths, and someone from outside says, no, what you said here today, it's a lie. So as long as you are truthful before this committee,
Yes, yeah.
you enjoy immunity, you enjoy protection. And that is why the committee requests you to answer these questions truthfully, if you can.
Yes, Mr. Arance, I think when you take a break, if you can just consult with my legal team, and then I'll be more than happy to continue answering anything that you're asking.
Well, Mr. Forbe is here,
Yes.
and he's heard the discussion, the debate.
Yes.
So maybe during the lunchtime shortly, we
Of course,
can
yeah.
just confirm with you and give you some of his own advice. So just to revert to this health